don't have to even look at him.
No.
I heard that on the other podcast.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to look at him.
Oh, yeah, I was tearing.
Yeah.
I was
Just
like-
answer his questions.
Well, because on some of them, like people talk directly to
Yeah.
Shane, and I'm like, I'm over here. I'm the host.
Yeah.
I can see.
Host
you.
with the most.
Host with the most.
He's the co-host.
I'm the co-host with the most.
What I've noticed so far with the episodes I've watched, Shane does, because I obviously know you both on a personal level.
Right.
And he asks the right questions at the right time to pull out information from you.
Right.
Like when you're talking about the veteran service, you guys make a great team because you'll say, well, how did they get in contact with us? Or how did they do this? And it's like, boom.
Yeah, we have good chemistry. We have from the start. 12, 13 years ago, we hit it off right away. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a good combo. It's
Thanks.
and it's easy to watch. A lot of the recovery podcasts I watch are
boring.
Yeah, I mean the only
But
one
they're
that
slow to. Some of them are slow to start.
Yeah.
the only ones that I really like are Soft White Underbelly, which
Yeah,
is a
we
great
looked at
one,
that yesterday.
and Rich Roll has a good one.
I haven't heard Rich Roll.
Nice.
But other than that, they're
We
pretty.
need it. Do they have a full on podcast like this?
Rich Roll is an interview style podcast.
Okay, so he just interviews like addicts or
alcoholics, addicts, and
not people like us. He won't like have us on his podcast and interview us.
I think he goes for like especially Soft White Underbelly. He goes for like you got to look the part,
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's got to come in here then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to get him in here.
yeah. That's your team. That's your production team. You gotta start reaching out.
Oh, Michelangelo, are we live? Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're hot. We're on.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We've been live for a while. Did you see that? That's our intro right now.
Yeah, I love it.
We've
That's
got,
what I mean. Like it's effortless.
we've got nothing else.
Yeah.
Some like when you try to play a part, it comes off not authentic, and that's another thing that you guys are doing well is you guys are authentic. So
We could do here we have Bobby.
yeah,
Robert
S here to tell his story.
Yeah.
starting center for the Hope by the Sea basketball team.
Nice.
Yeah, he is actually the starting center for the new one.
Yeah.
Not even
We
the
have
tallest guy.
No, but the center doesn't have to be the tallest guy. He's got to be the biggest beast on the floor.
Yeah.
He's got to be the guy that gets the rebounds, moves the people out of the
Elbows.
way. That's you.
Yeah.
I think I almost got in like 4 fights last season.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Split
That's
open
good
eye.
stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, the split open eye was gnarly.
That was bad. Taped it up. Came back in.
He just taped it up. It's like gushing blood. There's
That's
blood
good
all
stuff.
over it. Remember?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I had to go get stitches.
Yeah.
Right after. That was pretty funny. I don't know. Dre's benching 315 for like 8 reps now. So
315?
Really?
I swear to God, I saw it on his Instagram.
Dre.
315.
315. He had 3 plates. I accused him of having fake weights.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I want to see.
I haven't seen him, and I haven't actually seen him
Yeah, it's been
in
2
person.
months.
His
been
his
60
girl
days.
is extremely into like fitness.
Right.
So I imagine.
And he's young enough. He's still, what, 25, 26?
Oh, he's my age. He's 31.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm 33. He's 31.
You guys look good.
Thanks. I tell people. I'm
Yeah, Bobby, you
46.
play hard, man. You play
You look
hard
really
on-
good for
on the
46.
court.
Yeah, I tell everybody that. Because then they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's good genes.
Haven't dyed not one hair on my beard.
I got a
either.
couple gray beard.
You have
hairs.
a couple?
Yeah, they're
so do I.
stragglers, but I keep
So
them.
do I.
You know what
I
those
pluck 'em.
are? Those are life experiences. Every gray beard is a life
I
experience.
should be a lot more gray.
You would think, right?
Yeah, there should be. Just in the past few months, there should be a lot more gray.
That's true.
Oh God.
But he does play hard in the paint, this guy. He loves basketball, and you're an animal, bro.
He plays hard in the paint in every aspect of his life.
Of his life.
Right?
Yeah,
I would say that's
right?
yeah. I do everything like well, that's the addict in me, I guess. I get obsessed with something, and I just go after it, and it's not always in healthy situations, you know. When I mean, especially like this last relapse, I went hard in the paint.
Yeah, we know.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
The fucking world chasing you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's just. I mean, I'm trying to break that actually. Like especially like the past 2 weeks, like just spending a lot of time in reflection, trying to find balance.
Balance.
Because that's the most difficult thing I've ever had.
Goggins says, fuck balance.
I know, but like for me, like it's just my life is full of distractions.
Yeah.
I have my life set up to where I can distract myself till I fall asleep.
Yeah, you're a hunter. You like to chase things.
I do. But I'm trying to so sitting with myself by myself is the most difficult thing in the world for me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn how to make that not the most difficult thing in my life. Because I think that's where you find peace. I think you find peace when you're able to sit with yourself. For me, it's not just drugs. It's popularity. It's money. It's women, a specific kind of women. And it's all a facade to make other people believe that my life is going good. When really, this has not stopped. And it's the same way I play basketball. It's the same way I do jiu-jitsu. It's the same way I do anything. It's constant chaos, but you have to play the part. Right. And I did it for 17 months until
you couldn't play the facade anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying so hard to be what everyone else expected me to be. Right. And I wasn't doing any actual work on myself, you know? Like it was, oh, he's in shape. He has a nice place to live. He has a good girlfriend. He has a good car, you know? And it's like, oh, that guy looks like what recovery is supposed to look like after you get your shit together. I wasn't going to meetings. I wasn't in therapy. I was distracting myself.
Right.
And I think that regardless of how good or healthy your distractions are, they're going to hit you in the face sooner or later. And I think that's what happened. Because even when I was by myself, when times were good, it was still bad.
What kind of thoughts?
I've always had, coming from where I came from, I grew up in a very affluent family in Seattle. And when my grandfather, we'll start from day one. My grandfather was like the patriarch. Everyone worked for my grandfather. And everyone was well taken care of. When I was 10 years old, my mom got a phone call that the FBI and a bunch of other police were on the ferry because we grew up on an island. They were heading over to arrest my grandfather. Everything was fake. Everything was stolen. He went to prison for 10 years for money fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, racketeering. He was like the Washington version of Bernie Madoff. There's like newspaper articles about him. And when that happened, like I said, my dad wasn't around. That broke my world because he was my hero. And that was the first time that I started to think everything's an act. Because to me, for 10 years of my life, he was the greatest, biggest person in the world, the strongest, the tallest, everything. And I realized he was playing a part. And I learned at a very young age that you play the part. And unfortunately, after that, everyone in my family went broke. Mom had to put my brother and I in daycare. But fortunately, we had sports. But then sports became what led to I would consider my first severe trauma. And the next male figure that was in my life was my basketball coach and the camp director for the basketball camp that I went to. I'm legally not allowed to say what basketball camp. But yeah, he did some pretty rough things to me. But he knew what he was doing. And he got me to look up to him. And he got me to love him first. And he got me to feed off of his admiration and his praise. And the one word that my eyes get a little watery when I say this word, but potential. I hate that word. And for me, I didn't have anybody else. So I put up with a lot. And I put up with things that are embarrassing, trying to be a man. And you bury it and you start the act, You start playing who everyone wants you to be. You start playing how you look. And I looked like a popular, strong athlete, So I played the part. Because when I was growing up, we can just get right into it. It wasn't okay to be gay when I was growing up.
Right.
And when you're sexually abused by a man, There's no one to tell. There's no one to talk to. And the weird thing is like, it was so easy to pretend like it never happened, you know, after it stopped. My first suicide attempt was at 16. And I think I just remember loving the way that like the release felt, because I thought I'm in control of if I hurt myself or not, because he was gone. He had gotten fired. It was from the time I was 10 till I was 15. But I think at the end of the day, like after that, never told anybody, taped my wrists up, you know, wore long sleeves for school for a couple of days. Nobody noticed. We didn't look back then. And I was thinking about that recently. Like, I don't remember anyone ever committing suicide when I was growing up. I don't remember anyone trying, and I look at the news now and you see it left and right. But I think that after that happened, which is still prevalent in my life today, is I play and act constantly. I can only say that for the past 2 weeks is when I really have stopped playing. Even getting sober this time, it's rough, because like you have like you fall from a place that like you built yourself up to be something, you know what I mean? And like you just look at, like you said, had the whole city chasing my ass down, you know. I built such a good support group and foundation, which is, I mean, you guys are part of it, you know. But like Nick, Tyler, Dre, you know, showing up to my apartment, trying to drag my ass into rehab. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can say ass.
Oh yeah.
You can ass?
Yeah,
yeah. You can say. We don't subscribe to the what is it, the monetary thing. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, but I think that's what hurt the most. Was I looked at all the good, especially like I know I've fucked up my girlfriend, but the men in my life that I let down was the hardest hit.
Were you? Are you still with that girl?
No.
That's for the better. It's always for the better, man. Like, we heard a lot of people. I trust me. I've been there. I have the same kind of shit in my life. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I was sexually abused when I was like 10 to 12. I don't remember yet. I didn't tell anybody because same reason. Not okay to be gay.
Yeah.
And I thought that if something like that happened to me, then, you know, I'm not telling anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I didn't tell anybody till I was like 33 years old, 34.
Yeah, I think I was 27 the first time.
Yeah.
You know, just, well, I mean, that's the thing too, is like, but then you come to a place like this, and I remember sharing that story. I've gotten better at it as far as like holding back the tears and kind of slowing my talking down so I'm not bawling. I remember sharing it in Frank's group. Wrote a letter.
Frank, he was our last guest.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, because
he'll pull it out of you. That's the thing too. Like, you don't even, I love the fact that like, it's not just sharing. You write it down first. He always has you write it down, because different things come up when you're writing. And I remember the paper shaking as I was trying to get every next word out. And after, you know, they give the feedback and like people talk, and there's like 4 other dudes that raised their hand just in that room.
Yeah.
That said they didn't want to share, but they said something similar had happened to them. And I'm just like there's such a stigma about that. And there still is. It's 2023, and you have the Me Too movement, and you have all that stuff, but no one wants to talk about when guys get abused, because men are supposed to be strong. Men are supposed to be able to defend themselves. Men are supposed to be this. We're supposed to harness our emotions. Men are,
but boys aren't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm 10 years old.
Yeah.
But I mean, the 10-year-old is the one that's hurting, that the 30-year-old is getting high over.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, Frank helped me I did 90 days here. And that was the longest I ever did treatment, and I stayed in Frank's class. That was the one I made sure that I went to all the time. Sometimes I would sneak away and sleep on the couch, but never Frank's group. I was kind of a troublemaker like the last 30 days.
It's not that bad, though.
No, it's just amazing how you said that the 30-year-old's paying the price for the 10-year-old right now.
Yeah, I mean, he still feels that pain today.
Yeah. You know, and I was taking this course, spiritual psychology, up in Santa Monica, and they took you back. They said, you know, if you could go back now, the 30-year-old, go back to that 10-year-old and, you know, give him a hug, you know, let him know, you know, it's okay, you did your best you can. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I mean, so I've heard that too. And I've heard Bailey, you know, with her family sculpture and psychodrama, trying to do that. And like, it works in the moment.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do that on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
and the application of it, I think, is where it's like, I'm trying to find something that's more accessible, I believe is the right word, that I can practice. Because like bawling your eyes out. I mean, because when you you just said that, you know, the same thing for me. Like, it was 5 years of not just sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. Like, I didn't know what hell I was walking into. When, I mean, he was my Bible study leader. He was my camp counselor. He was my PE teacher. He showed up for football practice. He showed up for wrestling practice.
Yeah.
He was around my life 24/7. So, and sometimes it was so weird. Like, he would be the nicest, most loving person and never lay a hand on me, you know? So it was weird walking into those moments. And it's like, when I go to that place, I do it on, like, my friends make fun of me because they see my eyes change. Like, when I'm at jiu-jitsu tournaments and on the mats, like, especially Nick, he'll be like, uh-oh.
Get crazy.
Bobby's got that look.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not violence, but it is definitely aggression.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Tyson eyes.
And that's the thing that upsets me the most.
You can find peace.
Yeah.
I love being alone now.
Solitude.
Yeah, it's how I get filled back up to do this kind of stuff, because this isn't like natural for me. I'm not outgoing. I'm not an extrovert. I don't really like talking. I don't hang out. I don't you know, basketball's my hangout.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I like miss that because like it's a Sunday night. That's like my group of friends that we, you know, play together with, and
yeah,
it's fun.
Well,
I love Sundays.
I think that we all look forward to Sundays.
Oh,
I think after every game, even if we lose, like, it's our favorite
It's
night
a great,
of the week.
it's a great Sunday. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It is a fun time.
Pretty pissed when we lose, though. Especially like when we lose to a team that we know we can beat.
Tyler was so funny. I remember Chad yelling at me about I wasn't getting enough rebounds. He's standing on the sideline, and I point and I yell at him. I'm like, "There's no one else down here." And Tyler's like, "Hey, you know that was Chad, right?" I'm like, "He's not Chad when we're here." I was like, as soon as we step on this court, he is no longer the big guy. You know? It was so funny. It was like our first season too. I was like, "There's no one down there." We got 4 shooters, and I'm the only one with like 3 other guys down there. It was bad.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Was it when we were playing in the league up or no?
No, it was before that.
Oh, okay. Because the league up was like gnarly. That was like not even fun.
Yeah, there's levels.
You know, these guys 6'8". Like I'm chasing them down the court, and then I realized after like getting dunked on like 5 times, like what is this 50-year-old guy? Not 50, but 48 at the time, chasing this 27-year-old guy who's 6'8",
Who looks like Kevin Durant.
Just to get the ball smashed in my face.
Right.
Yeah. I remember sitting on the bench before then, and we were like, we're not playing those guys. They can't be in the same league as us. Right. They're doing like windmills in the warm-up. I'm like, oh, great. There we go.
We had one guy that could do windmill dunks, and that was the season
Arik.
that we won, right?
Yeah. I remember I was so upset that I missed the championship game. It happens.
Yeah. It was but you were there for the semifinal, and that was the day that Justin died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember I gave the pregame speech.
Yeah, you
So
did.
good,
Got
man.
everyone going.
You got everybody so hyped
Yeah,
up.
I was fucking pumped that day.
You should have seen the finals game.
Yeah. Was it bad?
It was. I mean, it was insane. This I came in for like, you know, I was like still kind of injured, and this was a good team.
Mm-hmm.
the LB Goats was their original name. I can't remember what they were.
Oh yeah, I think it was something comeback or something because they lost.
Comeback
to us.
Kids or something.
Yeah. So then I ended up on the floor with like their best player. Next thing you know, we almost are throwing blows.
Yeah.
It was gnarly, man.
That's wild. I mean, that's like another place though that like in that 40 minutes that we're playing, you get to shut off.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like the only time because all I do is I work a lot, and all I think about is this stuff. You know, whether it's this podcast. Right now, I'm like obsessed with the podcast, so like that's all I think about. I mean, I even dream about it. I wake up, I'm like, oh, I gotta go podcast. You know, it's like an obsession.
I think you have to have that though.
Yeah, for sure, you have to have that. But when I play basketball, it's the only time that I'm completely and 100% stress free.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about anything but that moment in time, that game. And that's why I love it so much.
Well, that's mindfulness practices.
Yeah.
And I think that's like where I was talking to my ex about this. She's so obsessed with controlling the future.
Yeah.
And she's so stressed and unhappy in the present. And I think that's where I struggle too, is I'm obsessed with kind of controlling the narrative, you know, controlling the direction, which I think that you can control your direction. But at the end of the day, like for me, if I'm not only worried about today, things are going to get messed up.
Yeah.
The more I try and control, the more my life gets out of control. And basketball, jiu-jitsu, the gym, I mean, we all work out. Those are places. The gym is kind of harder because like you have those in-between sets and you might listen to a song that makes you feel some type of way. But finding things that you can practice mindfulness, at least for me, is where I have felt the most at peace. And those 40 minutes of basketball, there's nothing else in my mind.
Yeah.
It's get a rebound. It's pass it to Dennis. He's open. It's scream at Dre. You know, it's like you, and especially when you have like, because the bonds have been made, and I think that's a big thing for sobriety. You don't look at anything other than the men that surround you, for me. And like when I look at our basketball team, that's my friends.
Yeah.
You know, those are people I can call. Those are, and when you look at what those type of people are, you look at Drew, who will do anything for anybody.
Yep.
And almost to the point where he'll annoy the shit out of you because it's like, bro, stop calling me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when I was using, I don't do that when I'm sober. But I mean, it was Drew who was blowing up my phone. I was like, no, man, I'll go tomorrow. No, man, I'll go tomorrow. And he was like, where are you at? Come talk to me in person, you know.
We were worried, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the scary thing is I don't really remember much.
It was gnarly.
Yeah, you died a few times.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
5 times. You died 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl is a motherfucker.
That's why we're doing this podcast. Fentanyl.
It's a scary thing. Especially when you've been an addict as long as us. Like these younger kids, like they didn't experience heroin. They didn't experience like the oxy craze and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's when I grew up. You could smoke a lot of heroin in a day.
Yeah.
You could smoke a few oxys in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't smoke a lot of fentanyl in a day.
No.
You can't do, like, it is Russian roulette every time you put it on the floor.
We were saying it's worse. It's like having maybe like 3 of the 6 barrels, you know, with bullets in them.
Well, look at me. The first time if I wasn't with Alexis that night, I would not be here because it was the first time I got high. I went in my bathroom and she just had noticed like I had been gone too long. I was already dead on the floor.
Wow.
And it was the first time I put it on a piece of tinfoil. And
crazy.
it's like, so you're right. It is not Russian roulette. If it's a 6-shooter, there's 4 bullets in there.
Yeah, 4.
You might have a 33% chance.
I don't know, maybe like if maybe 10% chance of not ODing. It's insane.
Well, I mean, that's like the crazy thing though. Like you see the people that are homeless, like the video you guys just put out.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's
she's not
smoking
smoking
right there.
Yeah, she's not smoking heroin.
No.
No,
She told
she's
us fentanyl.
She's smoking fentanyl.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. And they're doing this every day.
Yeah.
She said
Until they die.
She told us that about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
all the heroin disappeared from the streets. There is no heroin, and the only thing that they can find is fentanyl. She's been out there a long time.
Yeah, to me that's wild.
You should have seen the other guy. We have another interview of a guy. He was 62 years old.
Iranian gentleman.
How long you been out there?
He's been out there a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Broke his back, started pain pills,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
I mean, yeah, that's the.
He couldn't even look us in the eyes.
No.
He just looked straight down the whole
Yeah.
time he was talking. But I mean, the
Embarrassed.
stuff that he said was just like, it's powerful, man. Like, that's the whole reason why we just created the whole, the Hopeaholics. Like, it's not because Shane and I want to fucking be famous. Like, we don't. We like our life. Shane and I are both already successful businessmen.
Yeah.
We don't need anything more.
Yeah.
This is strictly to fucking get out there and get a voice so that we can do whatever we need to do to make change happen. If that means that, like, you know, we're sitting up in Congress and talking to fucking the Congress and, you know, trying to figure out what are we going to do? What are they going to do? Because they, you know, it's like they all talk a good game.
Yeah.
They talk about the closing the board, but it's still wide fucking open. It's wide open.
Well, the thing I was thinking about, because I was wondering, I was like, I wonder what we're going to talk about. And something that popped in my head when I was at the gym was a certain song made me think of it. But what if, like, Congress and everyone started looking at overdoses like suicides?
Yeah.
Well, how is it not? I can tell you
It
for
is a
sure
suicide.
the last 4 overdoses, I did not care.
Yeah.
And I was hoping for.
You said that.
Yeah. I was hoping for
You told us.
not to be.
That's why we were chasing you like a mofo.
Well, that's what I mean. And so, like, if we start looking at overdoses like suicide attempts or suicides, that's when you're going to get the recognition. These people are in pain.
Yeah.
These people don't want to be on the street. Some can party and do, you know, like, I was always jealous of the guys that could do cocaine, you know, just on the weekends. You know, that was never me. But
how
long does that last?
fulfilling is their life if that's what their life is? Like, for real. Like, you know, go out and do some cocaine on the weekend, go to the club, drink some. I mean, what is that?
well,
What does that do?
It's surface level.
Like, how are you adding any value to society as a whole? As a whole.
Yeah.
A whole.
A-hole. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think it comes to surface later in their life.
Yeah.
That their 20s and 30s or whatever, how long they're
great.
doing it.
Yeah.
They're great, but they're kind of meaningless memories.
Yeah.
You know, like, what's important to me now is not what was important to me when I was 20-something years old. The only problem is once I got a taste, that numbed my pain. And so it was, oh, this is how I enjoy life because of what's going on in here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. Their life's not fulfilling to me.
It's not fun. They end up being old, fat, 50-year-old men
Yeah.
that are divorced.
Yeah.
Sitting alone.
Sitting alone.
Yeah.
Working a meaningless job.
I'm one of those lazy boy coaches.
Yep. They go in, they punch the clock.
Yeah.
They come home, they punch the clock. They drink a beer. They drink a
TV
12-pack
dinner.
of beer. Have a TV dinner because
Yeah.
they don't. Yeah.
On a tray.
That's what ends up happening.
That's it. Sad.
I mean, everybody thinks they're going to become like Logan Paul and those guys, but it's just not. It's just not reality.
No.
Yeah, no. My buddy,
You know?
we went out for Nick's birthday, and we were at a bar, and I saw my buddy John at one of the bars in Dana Point, and he came up to me. He's like, "Are you drinking?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, okay, good. Just wanted to make sure, like, you were smiling and, you know, laughing and whatever. It looked like you might be drunk." I was like,
You were smiling and laughing.
"Yeah." I was
What
like,
the hell?
I'm like, "Well, I get it." Sometimes
You
I
ain't you ain't smiling and laughing when you're drinking. I mean, I don't know about drinking, but when you're using,
no.
I didn't see one smile or a laugh.
No.
We did some crazy shit to keep you alive, man.
Like what? I don't remember.
Like your family was down. I had to code to your apartment. I sent people in there.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking clean it. Pissed you off, I know, dude. But I'm telling you the
yeah.
truth.
We won't talk about what pissed me off about that. We'll keep that off here. Someone threw away a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that keeps this physique looking nice. All right. Pissed. But yeah, I mean, I get it.
You know what? At the time that what you were doing, you didn't need any of that.
Yeah. No,
None of it.
but I mean, at the end of the day, that's not a resentment. That's not a resentment I have.
You need to call your sponsor on that one, buddy,
That's not
because
That's
I was
not a
the one
resentment.
that I was the one that called the I called the shot on that one.
That's fine. No, it's so
I'm not
funny.
going to tell you who did it because that might piss you off. But
No, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you know who, like, I knew it was ordered by you. It was almost like a mafia hit.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
it's
like,
true.
you know who ordered it when no one will tell who did it.
Yeah.
It's like,
funny.
I'm trying to like find out like which one of
That's
you owes me like
hilarious.
$6,000, you know, like which one of you, you're like, no, I don't know. I think it was this person. Like someone blamed Tyler. I was like, I know City Boy
Would
didn't
never
touch my stuff.
No, too scared.
Yeah.
it
And
was,
God bless him.
it was me.
Yeah.
No, I think it was Dre and City Boy. I think it was Dre and Tyler. That was my conclusion. I'm not mad
It
about
was
it
none
now.
of them.
No.
I sent
Somebody closer.
somebody internal.
Oh, somebody.
Somebody closer to the.
Not
like a-
closer to you.
No, not
They
to
didn't
you.
even know you.
It's like
closer
a mystery.
to the street.
Yeah.
Closer to the street.
Closer to the street.
Did they find any good stuff? Like any drugs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know I
I had a
stashed
whole
stuff.
rack of fentanyl and foil and everything.
Yeah.
That was what I was going for.
I figured.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the scary thing I was saying. That was like I don't really remember it.
It was gnarly, man. We were trying to save your life.
I remember running
I didn't
home
give
from
a
the
shit
Laguna
about. I
Beach.
didn't give a shit about $6,000, man.
Yeah,
Like, who gives a fuck?
no.
Like, you can lose $6,000 or you can lose your life
Well, that's what I mean. Like it's not a resentment
at the
today.
end of the day.
It's fine. But yeah,
I knew exactly where you were. I knew everything.
did you have my location?
No.
Because so when I woke up in the Laguna Beach Hospital, I think Andrew said that Chad was already there, and so I took off running, and I ran from Laguna Beach, Mission Hospital, to my place at Strands, in hospital
I
socks.
was gonna say.
Hospital socks.
It's hilarious.
No.
Thank God it wasn't like
Bro, and I didn't
yesterday.
stop. I didn't stop.
Wow.
I was like, damn, my cardio game is on some
On point
it's on
right
point,
now.
dude. Like, what?
I mean, the shit's not really funny, but we can laugh about it afterwards. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, like for real, if you don't, like, you know, there's a lot of pain attached to that shit. And
Well,
it's okay to laugh.
The reason why I can laugh about it now is I'm not that person right now.
Yeah.
I'm not that. And as far as not that person, like I'm not that person that would pick up. I've had some shitty things happen just this past week.
Yeah.
And Nick sent me a text like, are you good? I'm like, yeah. Because if I pick up again, whoever's trying to make me upset or trying to make me sad or make me fall, they win.
Yeah.
I'm not losing again.
Well, I was telling somebody yesterday. It's like, man, I when I got clean this last time, my wife didn't know she was going to stay with me, you know, and I had to make a decision right then and there. I could go get loaded, or I could go make a difference in my life. I could change who I am and make sure that I never hurt another person like that again. And you know, once I made that decision, like, I knew that was it. Like, I knew that I was finally doing this shit, like changing my life for myself.
Well, I think that's so. I disagree with people that say you can't get sober for other people. I think that for me, you can get sober and clean for other people, and the reason why you stay clean is you like the person you've become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have used other people as motivation to stay sober, and if it works, it works. But sooner or later, you're going to develop into the person that you want to be, that you like seeing in the mirror, that your friends enjoy being around, that your family loves, and that's what keeps you sober. You're like, oh, hey, I'm a good man today. I treat people well today. I go to work every day today, you know. And so for me, like I get it. Like if my significant other was like threatening to leave, and it was like a forever relationship and stuff, and I use that to get sober, but I stay sober because I like who I am. Who gives a fuck?
No, I agree.
You know, I'm this whole you have to do it for yourself. Yeah, I get that logic. There's nothing wrong with using your family, especially
At the beginning, use anything.
Family,
Yeah.
kids.
Anything.
whatever gets you in the door.
Yeah. Grab onto anything.
Because sooner or later you're gonna hear something that fits. You're gonna hear your story. Like I said at the beginning, like I heard my story 10 times the first time I was here.
Yeah.
And then I started sharing my story, and people were coming up to me saying the same thing. And then it's like, oh, hey, We all end up here. Whether it doesn't matter what drug you are. It's not just fentanyl and opiates. Like alcoholics have it just as hard as us, I think. I mean, they don't die as quickly, but they die slow and they die miserable.
Yeah.
And
they die alone.
And they die alone. And they die, you know, with a shit ton of DUIs and just stuff that they're never going to get behind them because they keep drinking.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think that's like where I think that we're kind of failing as Americans to recognize this as the most like, I'm not going to get political with the COVID thing, but I think the opioid epidemic is far more serious and deadly than COVID.
The addiction, the whole entire, you can just say the fentanyl. The fentanyl is way more deadly. Way more deadly.
Well, that's what, but if you look at the
But if you take it all of it,
mm-hmm.
meth, alcohol, cocaine, you know, your pill addicts, all of that it's a way worse epidemic than COVID.
33% of all cocaine deaths were positive for fentanyl last year. 33% of all overdoses for people that thought they were just using cocaine.
That's crazy.
33% of them had fentanyl, positive fentanyl tests.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's in your meth. It's in your cocaine. It's in
weed.
Is it?
Street weed.
It's in weed. Yeah.
Street weed. I had a 65-year-old the other day overdosed on street weed. Fentanyl.
That's wild.
Yeah.
To me, I don't see how this is. It's not pretty to talk about us. And I say us, and I let people know, like, bro, I'm a heroin addict. Am I in recovery? Yes. But you need to know that about me. Like, I used to be in the slums, in trap houses, with black all over my clothes because of the soot from the tinfoil.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I was scared of needles, you know, or I would have been banging that shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. And it's not pretty to talk about us. And I think that's why. And until we do what you guys are trying to do, have conversations.
We're gonna make them talk about us.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
That's the point. Like, there's your motivation.
The thing is like I have no motivation except for we're gonna make them talk about us. We're gonna make them do something different because what they've been doing, and I've been in this business for 22 years.
Yeah,
that's all I know, right? And I've been very successful in this business. And like I will fund this until they fucking listen to us.
Well,
like,
how many more Christians do we have to lose?
Christians?
Remember, Christian, 22-year-old.
Oh
kid.
yeah. I thought you meant like Jesus Christians.
No.
Well, I can tell you that I woke up to a Facebook post this morning that an alumni passed away. I don't know how. I haven't gotten the information yet, but it was on a Facebook post. It's like horrible, you know.
Well, that's what I mean.
Every fucking week, I hear about somebody that I know or know of has died from a fentanyl overdose. Every fucking week, without fail.
And that's what I mean. Like, that's why they're not talking about us. Like, you get the memorial, you get the posts, you get and those only last for a month maybe.
Yeah.
Unless it's your intermediate family. You get your posts about your death and stuff like that, and then people just go on living.
Yeah.
So what are we doing to get people to talk? And that's what I mean. You start with having conversations. You start with going in the street and interviewing people and asking the real raw questions, because it's never going to be pretty, but we have to change the stigma and we have to change the acceptance. People don't want to talk. They think that we all are just these people that didn't learn how to cope healthy. It's like,
or that we have a choice.
We have a choice.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing that gets me fired up.
I get fired up about that one too.
I mean,
that's the only comment that pisses me off. Like, I don't really like, you know how like on your like Instagram feed it pops up the comments and stuff every once, and I don't go and read or respond to comments ever. But every once in a while I'll see somebody pop up and they'll be like, it'll just be like right off the bat they're like, yeah, those people, and then those people, that's the one that pisses me off. They just say those people right off the bat. I'm one of those people.
Second-class citizen.
Yeah, second
in their
class.
eyes.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
anyways,
what I mean.
I'm one of those people. You know, I got addicted to crystal meth when I was 13 years old. Nobody, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I did it one time, and I was like hooked. I was like, you know, I was this chubby kid, and I snorted a line, and you know, unfortunately, I did progress from smoking, from snorting it to smoking it to using the needle, and I mean, kind of grateful for that because everything spiraled so fast.
Yeah.
At that point, like, you know, and then I went insane, like literally, like clinically insane, like meth-induced,
Like psychosis.
Psychosis. Yeah. I thought I worked for the CIA, all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
I say crazy shit, cool shit. Like,
Yeah, it is.
and then I would stay stuck in it because like you have no idea how cool it is to like be able to jump into your iPhone and like go help the government kill people. Like, it was fucking badass.
Yeah.
You know? So I would stay there and I would go buy more and I would put more. And I thought that the government was giving me this drug to, you know, continue to help them.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna make a movie about it someday. But like then I'd wake up, like, you know, I'd wake up and I'd be in my fucking bedroom, you know.
in 3 days had passed by.
Oh, like 7, 10.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a
Like,
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember just like, and then like I would, you know, and I would like not eat or drink because I was using so much. It was just insane amounts. I'd buy like a pound of fucking methamphetamines just for my personal use.
That's insane.
And I would just store it in the closet and just sit there and just, it was insane, man.
Well, but that's how, like, so like you just sharing that, and I think that me sharing like what I share about my past, and then they look at a person like you, you're not that guy today.
No.
And so when you go try and help the person that is the same version of that person you just explained,
Yeah.
it's like, you might not, you know, turn out to be this, but I can promise you something. You're going to turn out better than where you are.
Yeah.
You know, and like we have to, like us that get to these levels, we almost, a lot of us are guilty of hiding our addiction and our sobriety and recovery. And I've done it in the past. I don't do it today. As you guys can tell on my Instagram and TikTok or whatever, like very open about my struggles and everything. But like once you get like a certain life, some people kind of don't like letting, especially social media, know that they're in recovery.
Well, I debated.
Mm-hmm.
I debated with myself whether I was going to talk about my life at all. But then I told myself, just let this podcast happen organically. However it spawns is how it's supposed to spawn. And then I made that decision, and it came out at one point. I think podcast number 1 that hasn't been released because it was so good. It's my daughter.
Yeah, she kills it.
Yeah.
Nick and I were listening to her song in the tattoo shop the other day. He pulled it up for me.
He did?
Yeah. Like, did you know she's a rapper?
Yeah.
I was like, I did not know that. But
She's really good.
Yeah,
She has
killed
tons and tons and tons of lyrics written, and she's so good at writing lyrics. I just need to get her back in the studio.
that's what I mean. Like, I think I watched a video. It was like on one of her stories or something like that.
Yeah.
Of her like just spitting rhymes. I was like, oh damn. She
Yeah.
can actually rap.
Yeah. She's good. I feel like she could be the white version of Eminem.
I think she's got like kind of like a
I mean, the
the
white version, the female version.
You better keep that. You better not cut that.
That's funny.
You better not cut that.
That's funny. Bobby,
We don't edit.
No, we don't.
We don't edit
Good.
our podcast. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I might have had him edit a little bit, because you know what I always forget to tell people this. I try not to like, if I'm talking about serious stuff like the VA,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mention which VA. I don't want to mention which VA because not all VAs are bad. I have great experiences with a bunch of them that are actually what I believe they're doing. They're giving good service to the veterans, and they're following the Mission Act, and they're giving them the care that they deserve when they need it.
Yeah.
That happens. So not all of them are bad, but the ones that are, they're, in my opinion, they're violating the Mission Act. So I don't call them out by name, nor do I call out my specific companies that may or may not have a contract with them. That's because this is not, when I'm here and I'm working, this is a separate company. Yeah. This is a completely different company. This is a company that that I own. It's the Hopeaholics. And it is sponsored in part by the Infinity Group, which is amazing because they're giving away 4 scholarships a month to people that,
I reposted that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like that's how you start.
Yeah.
That's how.
It's a lot for.
It's easy to talk about stuff. It's easy to say, hey, we want to do this and stuff. But like, that's why I said before we were on air and stuff that you guys are doing shit.
Yeah. Like you could say where you went because we're not talking about VA. You're not VA. This has nothing to do with it. I don't care. Like, and I know you were, I think I had you at a couple different ones.
Yeah.
During your relapse. It was rough.
Yeah. I think I went to like 3 of your treatment centers like, just in the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
You didn't stay long.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I mean, that's the thing. Like I did not want to do this again.
Yeah.
At that time,
You did do it again. You did do it again.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And then, yeah, it's crazy. I don't think, like, even right now, like, I'm trying to think, like, getting back to a year, like, what that's going to look like. What do I want to accomplish in that year? I can't do that.
And that's the thing, bro. You just said a second
Or
ago how
organically.
you just said a second ago how successful Chad turned out. I mean, in his first 2, 3, 4 years, you have to have a look at those 4 years. Those were struggling years. Those were grinding years. It didn't come in 6 months. It didn't come in the year. The magic is staying sober for the first 4.
Yeah.
Then shit starts to happen. What have you learned? You're chasing girls, chasing cars, chasing money. You're chasing, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Chase dreams.
Yeah.
Dreams. Cars and money all come.
Yeah, that'll come.
When you chase dreams.
Yeah.
Well, and then they're there and it's like I don't even want them. I don't even care about that shit anymore. I do care about like I love my house.
Yeah.
Like
but
I worked my ass off to have a house.
Yeah.
But it and I didn't have a house until like I don't know, 10 years in this business.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that. And the only way I was able to buy a house back then is because it was that crazy mortgage time where they were doing a first and second, no money down loans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got screwed on that, though. Lost like $300,000 on my house when the market crashed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
08?
08.
Yep.
I think I sold it in a and on top of that I had one of those adjustable rate mortgage, so my house payment went from like $3,000 to like $7,800 I think.
Jeez. Yeah.
Overnight.
My stepdad's a mortgage broker and my mom's a real estate agent. And they were in 08.
Yeah.
I remember.
08 was great. I mean, 08 was bad, but right prior to 08,
06, yeah, they were making money.
Hand over fist, right?
Yeah, 2006, they were making money.
Yeah, well, I was smarter when I got older because when the market was just booming just a little bit ago, I sold one of my houses and I did really well.
Yeah, good for you. Got back that 300 you lost.
More than that.
Nice.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, life's good though, man.
Yeah,
we just chase dreams.
Yeah, dreams.
Whatever that is. Like jiu-jitsu's a dream. Do you chase belts? Do you want to? Do you want to?
I chase gold medals.
Do you want to level up?
Yeah. I like winning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like. I don't do anything that I'm okay with losing.
Yeah.
And that's...
You play basketball, though.
Huh? Oh, God. I think I still have more Hope by the Sea championship rings than anyone else. I have 4.
How many do I have? 1?
2?
Or 2?
No, you guys won. Remember, you got us back. You guys won the first one. Then we won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And then you guys won 1. And then we won...
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah.
So, I'm not okay with losing.
You don't have to be.
Well, now I'm just not okay with losing my life.
Yeah.
That should be goal number 1.
Yeah.
And that's what that is my goal. And I wake up, I do the same, my life. I was telling my buddy this, like my life, he called me up and it was a Friday night, my buddy Tony. And he's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm sitting on the couch, I get my shirt off, I'm eating ground turkey and rice, watching Game of Thrones. I was like, what do you mean, what am I doing tonight? It's Friday night. Like, so you called a sober guy? Like, what? I'm not doing anything, dude. I'm here with my dog. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I'm going to bed by 10.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't want to go out? I go, no. I mean, I love you. I'll see you at jiu-jitsu. But
Yeah.
No, I don't. There's nothing for me out there.
Nothing.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
And so like that was like 2 weeks ago, and like I was
good for you.
And it made me laugh. I was like,
how deep are you into Game of Thrones?
I just started season 1 for the second time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
House of Dragon, read the book already, know what happens. I hate what happens. But Game of Thrones, yeah, that's my shit. Jon Snow for life.
Yeah, it's a good game. Good
I hear they're coming out with a Jon Snow.
Yeah, spinoff.
Is that true?
Like North of the Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's what HBO said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to watch things that, for me, and like this is gonna sound cheesy, but like watching Game of Thrones and like watching like Jon Snow, the type of man that he is, makes me want to be a better dude to everybody in my life. Like he has honor, duty. He always does the right thing, like for the greater good. And like for me, I struggle with doing things for whatever's gonna be greater for myself. Like what am I doing for the greater good? What footprint am I leaving in this world? And that's why I said that thing about you when we had that phone call. Remember I made that post?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't remember what we talked. Or no, I came into your office.
You came into my office?
Yeah, I came into your office, gave you the clean cartel shirts.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too in a few minutes.
But that is, you know how like reading scripture renews the mind? Conversations like that with people that you look up to renew the mind. And I was fresh out of rehab, and it fired me up. And I remember thinking to myself, like, it's going to be me one day. Might not look exactly like Chad, but I'm going to be able to be in that chair.
Good for you.
I'm going to be able to be in a position where someone's going to come to me and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is my dream. This is what, da-da-da-da-da. And I get to be the guy that says, yep, you can do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, like, that's the footprint I want to leave. That's the legacy I want to leave. I want to leave behind something that's like, oh, hey, yeah, he was a shithead for 33 years. He had some fucked up shit happen, but he left his community a better place. Yeah. And I think that's how we change. If you want to change the world, you got to change communities. Change. Yeah, you got to change communities at a time.
Yep.
And like, I think the focus has to be like, you start here, you go on the streets, you pass out sandwiches to the homeless, you talk to them, you ask them their story, and you start changing one person at a time, and then you change a community.
You know what I started thinking about? I was like, man, no, the government doesn't do this shit.
No.
Like, they're not doing that. And I do like politics. As I'm older now, I'm into it. This podcast is not political, except for the fact that if you're on the side of fentanyl, then let's fucking talk. I mean, on the side of exposing this fentanyl crisis, then let's talk.
Yeah.
That's the only. But if you're like not, then you know what? Fuck you. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure where I was going with that. I always lose my train of thought. But like, where was I? What was I saying?
You were talking with fentanyl, bro.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird when you come on the podcast though? Like, you don't even really remember. Like,
yeah,
I get
you
so like fucking zoned out. That's why I listen to it. Yeah. I listen to the podcast after. Not right after.
You can rewind it.
I listen to it when.
Tell you exactly what you said 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. I had a point, but who cares? It'll come back at some point. It happens all the time. So it's like when you get older.
Yeah, I think I have CTE, so I'm used to that shit.
But yeah, this show is not political at all.
Yeah.
Except for fentanyl is a political.
Oh, that's
issue.
what you were going to say. If you want to talk fentanyl and you're a Republican or a liberal, come on. We don't care who you are.
We don't care.
Come on, you're on the side of fentanyl.
But
you're on our
I just
side.
don't think they're not. I can guarantee you that there is not one person doing enough to stop this crisis. Well, and we're sending, and this is where I'll get a little bit political. We're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, and I'm down in fucking Santa Ana yesterday, and this was hundreds of homeless people, hooked on fentanyl.
Yeah.
And we're feeding them.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon we'll have a shit ton of Narcan.
Yeah, that's give out to them.
About. And I'm any of these people want to come to treatment, man, and they're really serious and they want to change their lives. Like, we should be able to help all of them.
Yeah.
But we'll help some. We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not letting this one die.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. We're talking about the footprint that you leave behind. And then you look at the government sending money to like all these other places. It's not just Ukraine. Like, you look at so many things they spend money on, and how much of that goes to helping the people that are on the streets here, whether you're a drug addict on the street or not, like the homeless crisis,
They could have
homelessness
just
crisis.
taken some of that.
Yeah, fraction.
Like I wouldn't even be pissed if they were working on all of this stuff here, but they don't.
Yeah.
They're not working on it, and then they just ship it off to another country.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like, and as an addict, as someone on the streets, you feel left behind. You remember the No Child Left Behind Act?
Yeah,
We're leaving a lot of them behind.
we're leaving a shit ton of
And
people.
they're our
behind.
brothers and our sisters. They're not the people that grew up. They're like I said, I came from a nice family. I came from a good home. I spent time on those streets. I mean, look at this last run. I was hiding. I did not want, you know what I mean? Like, it's your brothers and your sisters. It's your sons and daughters.
It's your moms and dads.
It's your moms and dads. This disease, whatever you want to call it, has no discrimination.
No.
That's one of the cliches you hear. It's not prejudice. It's not.
No.
Go take a trip to Santa Ana. Go on the other side of the tracks in San Juan.
Yeah.
That's where I picked up.
I feel like some of the people are. I feel like a lot of people would be scared to do what we did yesterday.
Yeah,
It's not scary. They're so nice.
It's
These people are so nice. They were so happy and so
So
grateful
hungry.
and they were hungry.
when I did it, I was nervous. I wasn't like scared. I was nervous because one, I was in Seattle, and I was over a year sober, but like watching someone smoke fentanyl in front of me, like while I'm asking them questions, was like,
Yeah.
this is weird.
You got to be really, you got to be really spiritually in the right place before you go out and do that stuff. Like, you know, I've lost the desire to, you know, do that kind of stuff anymore or live that life.
I think, well, that's like the other thing I wanted to talk about is time. I think we put a lot of emphasis in sobriety and recovery on how many days you got, and we qualify too many people by their time. I don't care if you got 10 years. How are you living? What are you doing to help people?
Right.
I see people with 30 days
Doing more than people
Doing
with
more.
20 years.
than people with 20 years.
Yeah.
And they almost like wear this 20-year coin like they served 20 years.
As a badge of honor.
Yeah, like I got more time. Like, you salute me because I have 20 years.
It's not
Nice.
supposed to be that way.
That's why
That's not the way the book was written.
Oh, and that's what I mean. It's like, okay, you're collecting these chips to show other people.
It's human nature for the ego to get in the way, though, and you feel like more important than the person coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really supposed to be that way at all. I actually is one of the reasons why I don't count time. I don't talk about how many days in a row I have or what my recovery looks like. You know,
I stopped. Yeah.
I just don't do that. Like, you know, and because on top of that, there's this, and they call it a humbling experience, but you know, I've been somebody with time. I had 9 years, right. And I relapsed and then you have to go do this, what I call the walk of shame for 30 days and pick up a newcomer chip for 30 days.
I hated
They call it a humbling experience, but it's actually a shameful experience.
Yeah.
And then people are coming up to you and like, you know, people with a lot of time or people
Welcome
that
back.
even had less time than you and they say things. And that's the part that turns me off.
Yeah.
But there's so many good things about the 12 steps. If you, the actual program isn't the meetings, the actual program is the steps.
In the fellowship, man.
In the fellowship, the meetings are the fellowship and any of the and then there's service work, and you know I don't really participate in that arena anymore, but I do things my way. Not my way, but I have a God in my life, and that's what I do to.
I think there's a lot that the big book got right. I think there's a lot that the big book missed, and I think the big book was written in a time. Keep echoing. It's almost like people talk about the Old Testament, and there's things in the Old Testament.
Shane, there is things in the Old Testament. That's a good topic.
You know what I mean? There's things in the Old Testament that are not applicable today. You know, but you're supposed to live like, I mean, they lived that way. You could sell your daughter in Genesis, I think, like for a goat. You know, there's things in the big book that I think it wasn't Genesis. It was something else. It was in the first 4. Exodus. Yeah, first 4. Anyways, there's things in the big book that are not really applicable today. There's different things going on in the world than what was going on in the 1930s when it was written, or 20s, whenever it was written. And like fentanyl needs, I think, its own version of 12 steps. Like, I mean, that's just my opinion. Like I'm a fentanyl addict. I'm an opiate addict, heroin addict, whatever you want to label me as. But it's a different time. It's a different time. Like you could get away from the world by going to a meeting in 1945. There was no social media. There are triggers, and I'm not a big trigger guy, but they're for these young cats that are like 16 picking up fentanyl for the first time. Like they want to go to a Suicide Boys concert and, you know, pop pills with their friends because that's what they see on social media. Half of us are making addiction cool by showing this party lifestyle, this rave lifestyle, all this stuff. And it's like we're losing kids before they're even 18.
Yeah. It's the number 1 cause of death.
And that's what I mean. So it's like
16 to, I think it's the number 16 to, I think it jumped up to like 40, something like that.
That's crazy.
For sure 16 to 28. It's the number 1 cause of death is an opioid death.
Yeah. It beat out heart disease. I saw that same statistic. But you have to make sobriety and recovery not so dirty.
Frank, we have Frank in here yesterday, and he talks about you know, working on the underlying psychological issues that drive that need to you know, use substances, and I believe the same thing. It's like once you really work, and the steps do that, but there was some stuff that I needed to do because I've worked all 12 steps as well, but there was also some things that I needed to do outside of the 12-step program, therapy, stuff like that.
Like a holistic approach.
Yeah, that really got in there and got out the stuff that I just couldn't deal with, you know. And you know, today, just for today, you know, I still live by all of that stuff. Like, you know, just for today, man, it's like I'm at peace, you know. And I like literally just for today, like I don't want to get loaded ever. I don't want to get loaded again. Right? Yeah,
that's all that matters. Is like
if I wake up again tomorrow, man, it's like I'm gonna try to stack another win.
Yeah.
I try to use some AA and like NA cliches on my ex. Like, like I'm just scared you're ever gonna use again. Like, well, I can tell you, I'm not gonna get high today. I don't know about tomorrow. She did not like that.
No,
they don't like that terminology.
No, they want forever.
Yeah, they want that commitment.
Yeah.
You're never gonna pick up again.
Never say it. Never.
Yeah, just say it. That's all that matters. But then it's
but all we have is 24 hours, and that's in a day.
Well, that's I think that's what's the beauty in it.
No, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow.
Like if you only focus on 24 hours,
it's easy.
I mean, and you use that for all different aspects of your life. Like I'm just gonna focus on this goal for this 24 hours. I'm just gonna focus on this for this 24 hours. I have work to do. I'm gonna focus on work for my work day instead of worrying about like things down the week or. I mean, there's so many things that I think the big book can help with, like managing your money.
Yeah.
You know, like you can manage your money by using the 12 steps. And so there's a lot they got right.
Yeah.
I just think there's some things missing.
It's good stuff. You know,
Yeah.
There's just some stuff that turned me off. It's not, you know, it could be a controversial topic, the 12-step program.
Yeah,
you
really
know, it is whatever it is.
I guess the only thing that I'm saying that there's some things missing is I don't think we should be anonymous anymore. I think we should be out there loud and saying, hey, this is my story. I'm not going to share anyone else's story.
Right.
We just need to come together and say it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that you're a recovering
that's
addict.
a change that's happening now. A lot of people are. We're going to have people sitting in this chair, though, that are full-on 12-steppers, right?
Yeah.
And we're just going to interview them. And
Yeah.
we're going to have people that – we're going to bring people into that and sit in that chair that are still using. We're going to bring people in that are California sober. You know, the new California sober, like I smoke weed, but I don't shoot fentanyl anymore or heroin. Stop using meth.
Hey, good for you,
You know, but I have a lot of questions to ask those people. What's happening in their life? Is their life better because of their California sober? You know, I want to know.
I imagine it'd be better if you're not shooting meth or heroin or fentanyl.
It probably is.
But
I don't know.
But how much better? I don't know.
I don't know. I know how much better my life is today. That's all I really truly know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm a much better person than I was even, a year ago, 2 years ago, as I continue to progress and become a better version of myself. And that's something that, like, is good for you. Like, just on a daily basis, just try to be a better version of Bobby today than
I watched those
yesterday.
videos.
Yeah.
Shane
and I like to steal shit off
Yeah.
of other people's stuff. Well, Shane does it the right way. I literally screen record people's stuff and make it my own.
Oh, there you go.
The motivational videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I post them on my story. I only do that because I need everything to go. When I post it that way, then it goes onto my Facebook. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I think that, like, I go back and forth about the, like, me posting, like, certain stuff, because then I cringe at myself, like, on some stuff that, like, I posted.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, why are you trying so hard? Like, like, I think my goal is to be more authentic. My goal is to be more genuine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. And that's the thing you have to be transparent about. You have to be, that one video with my transformation video, like, of course I'm going to pick the transformation video where my abs are showing and, like, I, look good.
And you take off your shirt.
Take off the shirt. And it's like, that's all ego.
Maybe stop taking off the shirt.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I got to be more authentic.
Pull up that video real quick, because this is some good shit. Which one do you want to play first?
I mean,
We'll play them both.
I think I
Both
take
at
off
the
my
same
shirt in both. Damn it.
You didn't have a shirt on in that one right there.
Once I was 20 years old.
There's our basketball.
Soon we'll be
Right
30 years old.
Just want to let you know I dropped 33 that day.
Cartel B right there. Follow him. Cartel B.
Oh, thanks for the plug.
The ashes, shed the reactions now. Not ready to die, not yet. Oh.
You can still see some pain in the eyes, though.
Huh?
You can still see some pain in the
That's
eyes.
the unfortunate thing that
Yeah.
never really goes away.
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, I don't know if you can still. I still see pain in my eyes. Do you guys see pain in my
I see
eyes?
pain in your eyes. I think that it's a different kind of pain.
Yeah.
I think that it's shitty. The line of work you're in, you're always going to have pain in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like you said, you woke up to losing an alumni this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it.
I get pissed, man.
Yeah.
I'm like beyond beyond getting sad anymore. I'm in anger. I'm like pissed. After Justin died,
Yeah,
I fucking got pissed, man.
I remember the look on your face that night. Like you
Like,
get
like
this.
they're lucky. They're lucky that like whoever sold him is lucky that the old version of me is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I hope the guy fucking rots in jail
Yeah, that's what I said.
for the rest of his life.
Yeah, make that call to the Inland Empire, eh?
Yeah.
IE. Where's my water? I'm getting parched.
That's where I grew up.
I know.
The Inland Empire. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the same thing Alexa said when, like, I stayed sober for 2 weeks after the first OD.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go through my phone. She's like, where'd you pick up? Who'd you get it from? And, like, I told her, I was like, there's some dude in a red truck in front of the Rite Aid in San Juan Capistrano, right there on Camino Cap. I don't know his name. You can look at my phone. It says red truck guy. I don't know. I don't have any plugs down here. Because she wanted, like, she crazy, dude. She got, like, a little deuce underneath her bed. I swear to God, it's like pink. But, and I told
Get it. We're looking for pink ones.
you could ask her. You could, I'll give you your number. You can
Our
text
wives
her.
are asking for
Yeah, she got like a little pink
pretty little
deuce.
guns.
Yeah. Didn't you just get your wife a Tiffany's one?
No, she got something cooler.
Oh, I thought that. I saw
Yeah.
that. Sorry.
Yeah,
I haven't
she
ate
got
breakfast.
She got something way cooler.
Yeah.
A Sig Sauer.
I want a freaking car. Her car's dope.
No, you don't. Just stay sober, bro.
Oh, it says the guy that drives a G-Wagon.
That's it. Just stay. I know. That's, listen,
You have a G-Wagon still?
my first 3-4 years,
Yeah,
I
he
went
does.
back to school. I became a therapist. You know what I'm saying? I paid my dues.
Yeah.
I worked at a facility for minimum wage. I didn't enjoy myself.
I would work for Chad if I didn't want it to ruin our freaking relationship.
Yeah, well,
I see how I don't like. I mean, I enjoy mine and Chad's relationship. I enjoy like our friendship and stuff. And it's like, I mean, I've thought about coming and being like a house manager. Like it'd be a get well job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but, I mean,
bro.
he knows my personal story. Like I don't have to work.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, but that's the shitty thing.
it's good
also.
to work though.
Yeah. It's
Well, that's
you
what I
have
mean.
to.
Like and that's like the whole goal. Like I'd rather fail at doing,
But you have the ability to start your own business too. I mean, what you have.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell us about that.
I mean, it's in the process of starting. But I mean, it's like this. Like it's it's not even really a business. It's a passion.
Yeah.
I want the clothes to look cool,
Yeah,
but it's more about the
I
message
should have
behind
worn
the clothes.
your shirt that you gave me today. That's what I should have done.
I ordered a bunch of new ones.
Yeah,
I feel like you're gonna like them more.
Clean Cartel.
Clean Cartel.
That's,
How's the
with
fit?
with K's.
How's the fit though?
Yeah, you'll like him.
Okay, good.
They're a ring,
Oh, yeah.
ring spun cotton. The
Okay,
kind that you
nice.
like, buddy.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, he likes that ring.
What size you want? XL?
He's a medium.
Medium?
Yeah, he wears medium.
He's
No, you
fucking-
don't.
he's
Do
fucking
you
lying,
really?
though.
Yeah, he does. They see how look at how tight it is. Oh, it's
lying.
just-
With the
It
Gucci
is.
polo.
He's lying. I'll take an extra large.
Yeah, this guy telling me I can't worry about cars. He's wearing a Gucci polo. This fucking guy.
This is years, bro. Years of work.
Yeah, I know.
Years of work.
Always got the precious shoes on too.
Again,
Just
years
size,
of work.
size 18 foot.
yeah,
But no, I'll get you
gotta
a shirt.
pay like extra for those shoes too. They're not like
Yeah.
standard price.
No.
What size do you wear?
15.
15.
15.
Jeez Louise.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I always made fun of my feet growing up.
Yeah, and we had this conversation yesterday.
They called me Flipper. Seriously, bro, it affected me negatively.
hurt us.
I'll tell you something. I remember going. We had days where we would go swimming to the Maples beautiful pool. I would make an excuse and not go swimming because I was embarrassed of my feet.
Really?
I swear to God, I can't make this shit up.
That's
you
wild.
You just never know what's going to
Such
affect somebody.
I make fun of people that have like small feet, but like only like really small feet.
Yeah, like I said, had I known back then what it was, I'd be saying, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're good to go.
good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's solid.
You know what they say about people with big feet?
Big toes,
Socks.
socks. Yeah,
You probably have to get a different size sock.
I do. I don't like it too. Socks are tight sometimes. I
really?
used to have trouble with shoes. Just in the last, I'm going to say 5, 6 to 10
I
years.
don't even wear socks.
Yeah,
You don't? Oh, you have stinky feet then.
stinky shoes for sure.
I shower like 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
Nice.
Yeah. I do. I mean, I wake up, I train,
Yeah.
I go do whatever, and then I'll go lift, shower again. Like every time I get sweaty, I sweat a lot.
Oh, you're sweating.
I'm a sweat. You see me at basketball.
Bobby, when you think of things that aren't, I'm not going to say normal, but when you think of things that are extravagant or egotistical, just bring yourself back in with God, bro. Or bring yourself back by saying, you know, that's a crazy thought. I just need to focus on my life today.
Well, I mean, that's what I do.
Okay.
I mean, I think about shit like that too. Like sometimes I'm like, man, like I could veer off the road. And go, look, the Lamborghini shop's right over there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like,
I want to go get a Lamborghini.
I know.
But shutting off
And then
that
I'm like-
thinking is not like,
Like, what the fuck do I need a Lamborghini for?
No, you don't.
yeah. I mean, so thinking it in my mind is okay. It's not making me miserable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I almost bought a Ferrari a year ago.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Like we were pulling up to, where was it? I was saying something about pulling up to Hope. I was like, I'm just gonna pull up in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I don't act on it. I went and bought a Audi. You know?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
better.
like,
It's better,
it's
man. It's better to just be like humble. It's okay to see. That's where some people don't understand. It's okay to be successful. Like
Yeah.
it is okay to be successful. It's okay to make money. Like nobody said that you had to get clean and you can't make money. Nobody said that. But it's like then it's like, what are you doing with that money to better this planet? You know, and like me buying a Lamborghini for myself does not do anything to better this planet. That does only stuff to make my ego, you know. And then I'm like, for me, it's like then I'm one step closer to like, you know, doing something stupid again.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
what,
just don't want to.
Right.
I drive a car that like I feel like most people could afford my car.
Yeah.
Not like fresh out of rehab, but you know, you get 5 years clean and sober, you can buy a fucking car that I drive.
yeah.
not that difficult.
No.
Well,
You
that's
know?
what, like, and that's what I mean. Like, you don't act on it, and like, so for me, like what you just said, like reminded me of something. It's like, go back to God. It's like, well, the shirt doesn't make the man. You know, his actions do, and that's why I started the Clean Cartel.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I want this shirt to be a representation of the man. I want to give back, and like that's why I came in to talk to Chad that one day. Is like, when we get our actual official site going and stuff like that, like I want to donate. I think it was 20% of all hoodies, 10% of all T-shirts, like 100% of all stickers, and that's the only thing we sell. Going to sponsoring people to get into treatment. Like, I want the Clean Cartel to sponsor someone from the streets or from, you know, that needs it. And I want nothing to do with like who gets sponsored or anything like that. But there has to be a message. It's not just a T-shirt that I like to wear that I think is cool. It has to have a purpose. And like for me, like I don't act on those things. I mean, do I want, like, would it be fun to drive a Ferrari? Yeah. Would it be better to help 10 people get into treatment? Yeah.
Way better.
Exactly. And so for me, like, the ego never goes away. The ego is there. It's whether or not you act on those egotistical thoughts or those, you know, materialistic thoughts. Like, do I like living in a comfortable home and like a nice place? Yeah, well, that's my home and that's my serenity. And I like having, you know, a place I can go to where I feel comfortable and I like where I'm at. But as far as, I mean, you wouldn't know that I have money by looking at me. I don't think so. Like, most of the time I'm in gym clothes. Most of the time I'm, you know, in Crocs. I love my Crocs.
Crocs.
Yeah. I mean, like,
You got the headlights on those Crocs?
the giblets.
Headlight Crocs?
What's the headlights?
No, they have headlights now for.
I got Chad a gift for get a guy who's got everything. I got him
Bro, I
headlights.
started the Croc vibe on our basketball team, and you didn't get me.
Sorry, bro. I'm going to do the Amazon.
Everybody
right
has Crocs on the team now.
Everybody?
I think so.
Yeah, everybody rocks them now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'll
look
get you
them up.
headlights.
We should get
Headlight
like
Crocs.
a specific color that we all wear.
Yeah.
I wear black.
I think on Sunday night, do we have our championship shirts?
I do have mine.
You have yours?
Yeah.
We should all wear them.
I gave mine away.
What?
I gave mine to
Dennis?
no. Oh, yeah, to Dennis.
Daniel.
Daniel. One of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a big part of that championship team.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Remember,
not.
remember he scored a point?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Finally.
being serious. I would look at Shane, like if we were. Shane was like the guy you look to, if you wanted to know if you were doing enough.
Okay.
If you were for me it was if I was doing enough.
Yeah.
Like, cause he was like the other big guy, like the other cause he'd go down there and bang when he was in.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm old, bro. I'm old, though.
when that's like that was like the funny thing is like he would be like, he's like, come on, and I just screaming and shit. And I'm just like, all right.
It was
love
good
it.
times, man.
It's still a good time. Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday's our
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I freaking pulled my hammy here.
I heard about
2
that
weeks ago.
yesterday. I played 2 games yesterday. Like, I was in jeans and a sweat and a hoodie, just like how I'm dressed right now.
Yeah.
And Coop was here with like 4 friends.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And somebody dropped another guy got injured, and they only had 7, and Coop was like, "Come on, Dad." I was like, "All right."
That's funny.
I went and dropped a 3, and then I did a little reverse layup on him.
You didn't do the finger roll?
No,
Or the
I tried.
runner?
I tried one of those. I missed, and then the next 2, I tried a couple more of those.
Was Cliff or not? Yeah, was Cliff guarding
Cliff
you?
was on my team.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's much better. 'Cause I learned though that one of Coop's friends went straight at Cliff, bounced off of him, did a spin move, and just boom. I was like, oh, that's how you play basketball.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, trying to run Cliff over is not.
no,
Gonna
you
work.
just bounce off of him and then you do a spin move.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do.
I'm getting old. I can't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, this kid was like 17, probably 16, 17.
Yeah.
Actually, he's 17. I know because his birthday's exactly the same day as Cooper's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't play because I.
Are you
on
gonna
a
be
fast
ready
group.
for Sunday?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I've been doing like cardio and like the bike, but I did the splits.
That's what Cliff said.
Yeah, I teabagged the
Full-ons.
free throw line.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was bad.
Oh man.
Nasty.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah.
I tried to keep playing after that, and Tyler's like, I think you should go home.
Well, damn.
Ripped your anus.
We've been on for a while.
Have we?
Yeah, it's been like an hour and 10, 15.
Yeah.
I saw our next podcast, our next interview.
Billy.
Billy. We got
That's good though.
Billy up next.
When you have to cut it short, that means there wasn't any like dead time.
No, this is a great talk.
I feel like we went like serious to funny basketball.
Serious.
That's
back
all
to
we
back.
fucking do, man.
Yeah.
People are gonna either love it or hate it, but you know what? I the only reason why I care if people follow is because I want people to know that there's help out there and there's people out here that will like fight for you.
Yeah.
Like we'll fight.
Right to the fucking end.
Yep. We'll
Well,
fight. That's the whole point of this. Like man, Shane and I don't give a shit. We're two old motherfuckers. Like
Yeah.
we don't give a shit
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
anymore. You know? Like
Well, I mean, and that's like the thing. And like to end on this, when it hits home, it just hit home. And like when you lose people, and like we both lost friends recently, and
yeah.
when it hits home, there's no more sitting anymore.
No.
There's no more sitting on silence. And like, and this is fighting.
Yeah.
This discussion,
Yeah.
this style, this asking questions, this, you know, talking about your story, sharing your story. This is fighting. This is how you fight addiction. You
Yeah.
talk about it and you make it okay, because when the CEOs and the successful businessmen start talking about their recovery is when it stops looking so ugly.
Yeah.
This is beautiful recovery.
We brought a guy in yesterday. You might know him, Peter Gates. He works right over there.
Classes.
He's never told his story publicly, but he's been in Alcoholics Anonymous
25
for
years?
20 almost 25 years, 24 years
Yeah.
sober. I mean, he tells a story at meetings, but he's never.
Yeah.
Well, he did it for the first time yesterday.
Oh, that's
And I
wild.
think he's a constant professional. Like he's a professional man.
Yeah.
And
I've seen him around here.
yeah, and he's gonna hit a whole different level of people than like what like. I mean, I could put my tie on, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a podcast in a fucking tie.
Just be your authentic self.
Yeah, yeah. But
Well, that's what I mean. Is like when everyone starts sharing their
Yeah.
story, you can reach everyone.
Yeah, you can
Because
reach
the people in
everyone.
the tie, the guy
Yeah.
that's working the
Yeah.
9 to 5, that drinks every night, or maybe pops pills every night,
Yeah.
needs to see someone that got sober.
or the
Needs to
guy that
see
works
someone-
on Wall Street because he used to work on Wall Street.
Yeah,
Peter used to work on Wall Street.
yeah. They need to see those people sharing their story. And I'm not like saying like, oh, you got
Not
to share your
everybody's
story.
yeah. Not everybody's got to be fucking
Yeah.
sticking needles in their arm
No.
and homeless on the streets.
Yeah, right.
No.
You know?
That's what like I said from the jump.
It's the husband and housewife.
Yeah.
Everyone's in trouble.
It's what you just said a little while ago though. It's your son,
Yeah.
it's your wife, it's your daughter,
Yeah.
it's your husband, it's your parents, it's your grandfather. I mean, we have grandfathers in here right now.
Yeah.
Not in here at Hopeaholics, but in one of our
Facilities.
facilities.
Well, and that's what I mean. You have to find the grandpas to reach the grandpas.
Yeah.
You have to find.
I mean, you're going to reach a different dynamic than
Yeah.
Shane and I are going to reach. I mean, I might be able to reach the same. I can kind of reach down there still.
No, we're the same age. You're 47. I'm 46.
No, I'm like 49 now.
Oh, 3
You're
age
46. You're so
difference. 3 age
stupid.
difference. So you got to tell them good genes.
Great genes.
I just
Great
tell 'em-
genes.
I tell them I'm 62 now.
There you go. Because then they look at you astonished, like, what?
Whoa, 62.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Where's the fountain of youth?
Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister owns a med spa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And it's like,
What
if
is
I
it?
tell them 34, oh, you look 34.
Belle Junice. Belle Junice.
Belgianese.
Yeah.
So where's
I
it
don't know
at?
if I don't know if it's a French name. I just call it Belle.
Yeah.
It's in Ladera Ranch.
Your ranch, Belgianese.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
I got to
work.
get myself in.
Botox.
You look like you already got it. You don't have any wrinkles.
No,
in
I
your
got to
forehead.
get. I'm getting the lines right here.
How come you don't have any wrinkles in
you
your
just
forehead?
Get the,
Oh,
you
I
just
do.
get the filler right there.
Oh, look at that.
The filler? Where?
Or you can
I got to get filler.
Why?
or you can do the Morpheus 8, but you'll have to shave your beard.
Thanks, bro.
You look
Appreciate it.
good, bro.
You got to do Morpheus 8,
Yeah.
but you have to shave your beard.
No chance.
Yeah.
Not happening.
You didn't have a beard just like 5 months ago.
I'm in love now.
You're in love with
I'm
It's
it?
in
a
love.
vibe, dude. It's a vibe. I mean,
I'm in love
like,
with the beard.
I'm like the shrimp, like I have
Yeah.
a little shrimpy beard, but it's a vibe.
I just
Yeah.
feel going down today. Just like,
I like threatened to shave it. I'm like, I'm going to shave my beard. And
no, don't do it.
Right.
that's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm fishing for those compliments.
That's funny. I asked my beard. I asked him my beard. I asked my beard.
Should I shave you?
shave you today?
It'd be so funny. You need to make a TikTok about that or like a
just
Instagram
did.
video.
We just did.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can. Yeah, this bantering at the end is good, like fucking TikTok shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
we'll send,
asking your
we'll
beard.
send it to you because you know,
When do you guys
we're
drop?
not TikTok. I don't know when this one's gonna drop. Sometime next week though.
Perfect.
Tuesday probably.
Well, I had fun. You guys are
Yeah.
great. Missed you guys.
You're fun.
Love you, buddy. Thank
Love
you.
you too.
Yeah, man.
Guys, enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Oh my God, those hurt. They put so much pressure on.